Good afternoon on what is yet another warm, bright and sunny day. It is Thursday, the 7th of August, and I'm in the reading Nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to unbox, which, following on from my unboxing of this, continues what I think is going to be a bit of an espionage-themed strand of reading. The parcels come unsprung there. Let's get it open. Really, I can just open it and then just slide out a bit of a chunk of a book, as they say. And it's not new, as you can tell by the dirt on the cover. And this is Legacy of Ashes, The History of the CIA by Tim Weiner, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. Now, it's a book I've never actually heard of until I discovered he's got a sequel to it out, and it was actually reviewed in The Guardian. So, yeah. So, this is, let's see, when was this published? 2007 copyright. I think it was published earlier than that. So, I've got praise for the Legacy of Ashes, but I'm not going to read you through all of that because that's just praise. For the last 60 years, the CIA has managed to maintain a formidable reputation in spite of its terrible record, burying its blunders in top-secret archives. Its mission was to know the world. When it did not succeed, it set out to change the world. Its failures have handed us, in the words of President Eisenhower, a legacy of ashes. Now, Pulitzer Prize-winning author Tim Weiner offers the first definitive history of the CIA, and everything is on record. Legacy of Ashes is based on more than 50,000 documents, primarily from the archives of the CIA itself, and hundreds of interviews with CIA veterans, including 10 directors of Central Intelligence. It takes the CIA from its creation after World War II, through its battles in the Cold Wars and the War on Terror, to its near collapse after 9/11. The New York Times hailed Weiner's past work in the CIA and American intelligence as impressively reported and immensely entertaining. The Wall Street Journal called Weiner's book Betrayal truly extraordinary, the best book written on a case of espionage. And now here's a hidden history of the CIA, why 11 presidents and 3 generations of CIA officers have been able to understand the world, why nearly every CIA director has left the agency in the worse shape than he found it, and how these failures have profoundly jeopardized our national security. So that's quite a damning commentary there. So instead of the back cover of the inside cover blurb, we do have an image of the author there, which is surprising. I look at that and I go, he could have come straight out of the 1940s in that suit and tie. So it's quite a dense book, as I said. Quite lengthy contents list for obvious reasons, and we get straight into the author's note, which really isn't an author's note. It's it's quite lengthy, and no date on it. And then at part 1 deals with 1945 to 1953, so this would be up until the dealings with Mossadegh and Iran and the absurdity of that. I mean, there's a bit of an interest in all of those events now. I mean, if you listen to something like The Rest is Espionage, that's dealing with some of these subject matters. There's also a series on Radio 4 called a part of Limelight, that looks at the history of the CIA from start to finish from a woman's point of view. That's quite an interesting approach to take, because obviously espionage is always seen as a man's prerogative. I mean, there are countless cases where it's not. So So yeah, but yeah, always dominated by men, because that's basically just the way of institutions, unfortunately. So here we've got a couple of images here. Involvement of various presidents and significant figures in the story. And even though there's President Bush Jr., George W. Bush there at the famous, probably one of the most famous entrances to any building, with that seal on the floor. And really it comes up to, you know, it's then modern day, with the unfortunate events of 9/11, and brings the book to a close. You've got basically looking at essentially the failures to detect those events. Quite a lengthy after section here as well. You've got acknowledgements. I'll just get this page to separate. Sorry. There we go. And then your end notes. And even these take up, I mean, these run from 517 to 671, so that's quite a chunk of the book. It's probably a good 10%. Then you've got the index itself. And the photograph credits at the end there. So I will probably have a copy of the next book at some point. Got to go and make that purchase. Too many books to buy. But in the meantime, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be allowed to do more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here typically with a box containing a book or game or role-playing supplement, which I would then unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.